Just hours before the earthquake hit the other day, there were 15 arrests across Turkey of Daesh-sponsored individuals, people connected to ISIS, who were plotting to attack churches and synagogues around Turkey. And this was in retaliation, apparently, for the ridiculous book burning by Rasmussen, paludan, and by Edwin wagensweld. Just the stupid and provocative and silly actions of these childish far-right twits who think that it's clever to offend people of faith. But equally, the Turkish government is quite right. Terrorist attacks are not the response. The response are to engage and to inform twits like Paludan and Wagensweld, and to bring these people to a full realization that their actions are absurd and ridiculous. And in a world where we have seen book burning, where we have seen, recently, book pulping, which is the modern version of that, activated by President Putin, where we have seen that book burning is not a statement of freedom, it's a statement of oppression. It's not a statement of liberation, it's a statement of suppression, of the destruction of learning, not the liberation of learning. So burning the Quran is presumably entirely against the rhetoric that people like Rasmus Paludan are trying to put out. Rasmus Paludan wants to put out the idea that the Quran suppresses freedom. No, the Quran encourages it. The Quran encourages peace. It's the interpretation of the Quran according to whatever standards one's following, whatever authorities one's following. It's the interpretation which may need adjustment, but the book itself is not at fault. And the book itself is something that people of all faiths and none should celebrate. One of the great works of literature. One of the great works of literature, world literature. And to burn great works is absurd. To burn works that one doesn't agree with is absurd. When I don't agree with a book, I go out and buy it. In that way, I bought and I've read all the rubbish written by Nadine Dorries. I've read books by Jeffrey Archer. I read books over the years which I do not agree with. Why? Because until I've read them, I cannot possibly make an informed decision, and I am simply repeating second-hand rubbish. So one needs to learn. One needs to learn from books, and thankfully, many of the books that we like, that we don't like, are available in libraries. And if we don't like something, maybe we should avoid it. But I would suggest if you don't like something, buy it, read it, work out why. And maybe you will be, your views will change. Maybe you will discover actually there is truth, there is positivity in this book. And for the Quran, I can only say absolutely there is positivity, and there is peace, and there is hope in the pages of the Quran. And those people who speak against the Quran should go out and buy a copy, not burn a copy.